Let's bring in members of the new London-Spicer TOOLCATS Robotics Team, as they've been at competitions and having success and repeating as champions for one competition last year as well. Let's introduce our guests joining us this morning. Sam Weber. Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
Also, Carson Stone. Good morning, Carson.
Good morning.
And joining us this morning, Henry Vetsch as well. Henry, good morning.
Good morning.
So, Henry, recap us how the season has gone. It's been a good one so far.
Yeah, so in mid-March, we went to the Great Northern Regional up in Grand Forks. We ranked first at that one and won as the captain of the First Alliance against about 52 other teams. And then just this last weekend, we went up to St. Cloud. We were competing against about 48 other teams. And we again ranked first at that one and won as the captain of the First Alliance.
Yeah. Captain of the First Alliance, Sam. What does that mean?
So at the competition, we have qualifying matches. And at the end of that, everyone has a rank. And based on that rank, you can pick your teammates for the playoff matches. And at both events, we were ranked first, so we get first pick for our teammates.
Who'd you take?
We went with the Ricori Ratcheteers and the Terabytes.
So, Carson, you guys get around and say, okay, we won this, so we're in the spot we want to be in. Who do we want to take? Do you watch the other team's robots as you're kind of competing to see who you think the best ones are?
Yeah, so half of our team will usually kind of sit in the stands and scout, as we call it, the robots to see who's the best, who's playing well. And then at the end, we take all that data and collectively decide who we should pick. And then we get out there and try to pick the teams that we want. Sometimes other teams have the same idea, so they'll pick who we're trying to get, so we'll have to change kind of in like sporadically, but usually we get who we want, and if it goes well, we usually win.
Who makes the final call, and who are you going to take, Henry?
It's really a team effort. I'm the one who goes up and announces our pick, but I'm definitely not making the final call. We really do it as a team.
Everybody's just kind of talking. Who's your advisor for your team?
Our coach is Eric Harrier, and we also have a drive coach, which is a little bit different, and he coaches during the matches, and that's John Nelner.
So we've heard about the success that you've had so far. How did you get there? What's your robot? What does it do? What was the competition parameters for this year?
So this year, the game is called Reefscape, and it involves putting these about 1 foot long pieces of PVC piping on a reef structure. There's one on either side of the field, and then there's algae that needs to be removed from the reef and put in a net about 8 feet off the ground across the center of the field. And so the two alliances, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, they don't really interact, but they're trying to score algae, which are large kickball-sized items, and coral, which are the PVC pipes. And at the end of the match, they also have to climb on cages hanging underneath the barge, which is the net running in the middle of the field. And so, yeah, the robots are about 150 pounds, pretty large, moving pretty fast on a field about a little smaller than a basketball field.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Carson, when you first saw what the challenge was for this year and what you were going to have to do, what's the first thing you do in terms of, all right, first we have a plan and then start building, right?
Yeah, usually we figure out what would be important for the game, so what we have to design to play the game well, and then we'll take it a step further with kind of coming up with some designs, and eventually after about 2 days we'll figure out what roughly we should do, and we'll make a base for the robot and start building off of that to actually create our robot.
Have you ever, Sam, when you started in on something and you began the build part, you go, yeah, this isn't going to work, and then had to change kind of mid-flight there?
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's a lot of prototyping and testing to see what will actually work. But eventually we work through it and find something that works well for us.
Yeah. Did you have that this year with what you were doing?
Not as much as most years. We kind of hit the design right away, and it was working really well for us.
Yeah, that's terrific when it lands right away, because maybe, Henry, you guys have been involved with teams where it didn't necessarily click for everybody right away, and you did have to do some redesign, but you didn't have to this year. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely see teams at competition where they've maybe redesigned within the last couple of weeks, whereas we were stuck on a design right from the beginning and we didn't look back.
So all of this is leading up to the national competition is next for you guys, correct?
Yes. So next week we're heading down to Houston to compete against about 600 other teams, actually from around the world. It's a massive event. There's going to be thousands and thousands of people there, so we're really excited.
So, Sam, it's the World Championships then, not the U.S.?
Yes.
Did you already compete in a U.S. championship, or don't they really have one?
No, they have regional events, which is what we went to in Grand Forks and St. Cloud. And then winning that qualifies you for the World Championship.
Pretty exciting going to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you're repeat competitors at that competition, though, aren't you?
Yes. We also went last year.
Yeah. So, Carson, pretty exciting. And then do you let the newer people on the team kind of let them know what's going on and what's going to happen as you head down for the world competitions?
Yeah, we try to inform them, and we'll kind of show them where everything is, and then eventually they'll scout, and we'll do our normal team activities down there, and it's a lot of fun. We get it's pretty awesome having our hotel room that we can go back to, and then we get to go to competition, and It's just pretty relaxing.
How many days will you be down there?
6.
So down there for just about a week. That's not free, as you guys are getting ready to go. So that's a little bit of the reason why you guys are here, Henry. You'd like a little help fundraising.
Yeah, there's definitely opportunities to help us out. We have an Adopt a ToolCat program where you can adopt a ToolCat, meaning sponsor a ToolCat for their trip to Worlds. For donation, you can write a check out to the NLS Education Foundation with robotics in the memo, and we'd really appreciate any donations that anybody would like to give, because it is expensive to go to these competitions.
And your expenses have been picked up by the district so far, but this is kind of over and above everything, right?
Actually, no. The school does not sponsor this robotics program at all.
They don't?
We do all our own fundraising, which we've been pretty successful with. A lot of businesses in the area have been very generous in their giving, but yeah.
That adds to the experience.
Definitely.
Right? I mean, You're not going to have money handed to you if you decide to pursue this as a career. You're going to have to earn it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Sam, pretty exciting to head to Houston and head down to the world competition. So how many days of competition actually will there be in Houston?
There'll be about 4 days. One is just to practice, to kind of get everything set up. 2 are those qualifying matches I was talking about before. And then the final day is the playoff matches. There's actually 8 different fields, so 8 competitions happening at once. And the winners from each one of those will then play off against each other for the actual world champion title.
Well, good luck, you guys. It's really exciting. Congratulations. Some big brains at work on this stuff. So congratulations. Proud of you guys. Good luck down in Houston.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joining us from the NLS ToolCats this morning, Sam Weber, Carson Stone, and Henry Vetsch. Weather on the way.